I am gonna share with you 4 tips that are gonna help you speak more clearly and confident in English. Every learner's goal is to be able to speak more clearly and fluently in English, and it's just that only a few percentage of learners actually meet that goal. That's why in today's video I decided to share with you these tips to help you reach that goal. But before we get there, I have a challenge for you. I want you to listen to these 3 sentences that I am gonna say in different ways and tell me which one you clearly understand and you clearly get the information from. I'm pretty sure getting home right now, I'm starting soon. Do you get what I'm saying? The second one is I probably should be getting home right. I can't even finish saying it because it is too slow now because it's gonna rain soon. The last one is I probably should be getting home right now because it's gonna rain soon. Between the 3 statements, which one of them was clear and confident? Which one of them were you able to convey information from easily without really straining? Which one was it? I'm hoping you said the third one. What's wrong with how the first statement was put across? It was just way too fast that we couldn't get any information from it. The second statement was put in a way that it was way too slow, that we were straining to hear what the person was gonna say next, and weird and boring that I might then lose interest before you finish saying what you're saying. But the third statement was put in a way that I was able to understand clearly and it was very confident. And that is why it is very important to you as a learner to learn how to speak clearly and confidently, because the main purpose of speaking is to convey information that is clearly understood, right? And that's why when sometimes you listen to very fast native speakers, you kind of feel like you're not connected with them because you cannot get what they're saying. So how do you practice and ensure that when you're speaking in English, you speak it clearly and confidently? The first thing I'm gonna give you is to get used to speaking English. You have to ensure that speaking English is a part of your daily routine. You have to ensure that you speak English several times in a day. You can even speak English for a whole day if you want to, every single day. There's no way you are going to improve your confidence in English if you only speak English, maybe let's say a few minutes a day in a week. You have to be consistently speaking in English. Just like your first day in learning how to ride a bike is not the same day that you are gonna ride a bike with confidence. But the more you keep up practicing riding that bike, the more confident you become in riding the bike, and that applies to English too. If you want to gain your confidence in English, you have to do it every single day. I know you're gonna make mistakes here and there, and don't worry about that. That's normal. That is part of the process, and that is how you know that you are learning English. The second step I'm gonna give you today is practice speaking English out loud. Yes, you heard me correct. Start speaking English out loud, either to yourself or maybe in a classroom setting, or maybe just in an environment where you can speak English loudly. And I cannot emphasize this tip enough. You have to start speaking English out loud. There's something that happens when you finally just stop speaking from the inside. It's just like start expressing your English just outside. And with the practice I would like you to apply in this one, imitation technique. If you want to speak confidently and clearly in English and you have not tried this technique, you have to implement this technique. It's called imitation. So this is where you repeat a phrase exactly how someone said in English, especially a native speaker. Stand in front of that TV screen or maybe in front of your phone and just speak it loudly. Repeat it loudly after they speak. Ensure you repeat a phrase a couple of times. Don't just do it once. So let's say you had a phrase like, I speak English clearly and confidently. Don't just say it once. Say it a couple of times and gain that confidence while speaking it. Speak like you already know what you're saying. Speak like you understand. I know you understand what you're saying. I know you know what it means, and I know what information you want to convey. You have to speak it with confidence. The third tip is to stress your words while speaking. Emphasize on your words, especially the last letter of a word. Ensure that the sound of that last letter is heard clearly. For instance, if you are to say the word not, ensure the sound t is heard clearly. Put that emphasis. And to add on that, I would also like to tell you that try doing it slower, not like when you're talking to someone, but when you're just practicing with yourself. Try doing it slower. You don't have to speak very, very fast English for you to be confident. You don't even have to do it perfectly. As long as the person you're talking to is getting what you're saying and understanding the information you are trying to convey to them in English, that's all you need. You don't have to be like perfect or anything. Fourth and the final tip I am going to give you today to help you speak clearly and confidently in English is the practice of recording yourself while speaking. You have to know how you're doing. You have to measure your progress. You cannot improve on something you are not measuring. So if you're really serious that you want to speak English more clearly and confidently, ensure you are always recording yourself for speaking, listening to yourself speaking, and making the correction. If you're really serious that you want to get clear and confident in English speaking, then you are going to have to implement those tips that I have given you in this video. I hope this video was helpful. One tip that is also very useful to help you get more clear and confident in your English learning journey is to know your English level. If you still don't know your English level, don't worry, I have a video on that and you can check on it right here. And with that being said, let's catch you in the next one. I love you guys.